This is a review of the JW Marriott Cam Ranh Bay Resort in Vietnam. This is a very new resort opening in 2025, and I have to say it's a great place to stay. The wonderful experience starts when you arrive. The atrium is truly beautiful. The architecture is just stunning, and it has a wonderful, calming, relaxing feel. The attention to detail is quite excellent. Behind the check-in desk, there's this really beautiful live art made of moss, twigs, ferns, and other small plants. It just lends itself to this wonderfully relaxing feeling you get when you arrive. It's a pretty big resort, and you'll be taken by buggy to your room. The hotel comprises the hotel section, 4 or 5 levels high with quite a few rooms, but then there are resort-style bungalows elsewhere. We were lucky enough to be staying in a 3-bedroom private villa down by the water. It was wonderful to walk into this private wonderland. Beautiful gardens leading out onto a lovely private plunge pool with views of the sea beyond. The villa comprised a main pavilion with a large dining table and seating area. We didn't make too much use of this, we just weren't a big enough party, but this would be great if you had 3 or 4 different couples staying in the villa. If you want to, you can open up the sliding doors and it gives rise to this lovely open air space. The gentle Vietnamese breeze blows in and it's a really comfortable spot to sit and relax. Leaving the central area, there are 2 beautiful bedroom suites to the right. Now these would be fantastic hotel rooms at any property, but for this 3-bedroom villa, these are the lesser of the rooms. Very, very spacious, nicely fitted out, extremely comfortable. The main suite is to the left, and this is a really beautiful room, I have to say. First up, there's a storage area and the bathroom space. You walk past that as you're heading down to the main bedroom area. And this is a multi-level living space. There's the bed first of all, then leading down to a lovely sitting area, and it opens directly onto your beautiful swimming pool. You can open the curtains, open the doors, and jump right into the pool. As you'd expect, the bed is really lovely, and you do feel truly calm when you're in this space. The furnishings are very nice, and there's a really high level attention to detail. As you'd expect, there's also tea and coffee making facilities in every room. The bathroom space is very nice. There's a quite deep bath with some high quality amenities. Unfortunately, not too much of a view when you're sitting in the bath. There's also a dual sink bathroom area, his and hers, and this can be convenient. There is of course a nice range of high quality amenities. There's also a very spacious shower with an overhead unit and a hand wand, plus a little seat, and it can be relaxing too, just to sit down in the water. So this is a great room. When you want to go somewhere, just pick up the phone and call the buggy. Outside there's your private pool. This is more than a plunge pool. It's completely suitable for swimming laps if that's what you want. And this shot here gives you a good size understanding for this 3-bedroom villa. If you head out the back, you can walk through the rear gate and then head on down to the beach. The beach here is quite suitable for swimming if that's what you want to do. So let's head down to the Bayside Bar. This is a really interesting bistro down by the water. There's a lovely restaurant where you can get some pretty decent meals if that's what you want. There's also a really lovely infinity pool where you can sit and relax or swim if you wish. As you can see, it was a little bit windy while we were there, and that helped to keep things cool. This is a lovely pool, great if you want to knock out a bunch of laps, also great if you just want to relax. Now there are a number of pools at this resort. There's the Bayside Bistro pool. There's also this really lovely lagoon pool which is in the center of the resort. It's huge, plenty of places to swim, relax, and just take time out. If you want to, you can jump in the lazy river. It's a few hundred meters long and quite relaxing, just floating around. Unfortunately, the water level is just a little bit low, so there's not too much of a view as you're meandering through the resort, but it is relaxing and great fun for kids. Here we are back at the main lagoon pool, sitting on a lovely banana lounge in the shade, feet dangling in the water. There's a nearby coffee shop where you can go and get something to eat or drink during the day, and while we were there, the hotel had classes on making traditional Vietnamese coffee. It was good fun breakfast buffet. It's not enormous in terms of the breadth of dishes. There's a separate children's very good quality. Certainly well protected and to try plenty and a lovely range for kids to do. It's a really good idea, I think, to keep small kids out of the main pool, and this children's play area is perfect for that. The hot food section was pretty interesting. They've really focused on some local dishes here, and I liked the fact that every day there were different dishes provided for you. Now, part of the resort is set up for private ownership, and I saw a number of these signs saying, "Don't enter this area." But curiosity got the better of me, so I decided to venture off the main path and take a look into these private residences. And what very quickly became apparent is that these are some parts of the resort that are not yet finished. Indeed, they're not in particularly good condition. Now this looks like a 2-bedroom villa. As you can see, the pool is full of algae, and much of the resort, or much of the room here, is fairly unprepared and unfinished. I'm not sure whether JW ran out of money or they just couldn't find private buyers to take on these resorts, but I would suggest probably 2/3 to maybe even 3/4 of the private villas are unfinished, and in a state of disrepair. I have to say, it's just not a good look. I understand that things are constructed at different speeds, but to have so many villas in such a state of disrepair just doesn't reflect well on the overall resort. I visited in January 2026, and perhaps work on finishing these rooms has recommenced. Next door, there's a fairly big development that has clearly been abandoned, so perhaps the economic conditions in this part of Vietnam have changed. You can see here that a lot of money has been spent developing a property, and for some reason or another, it's been completely abandoned. The JW Cam Ranh Bay has a really nice therapy spa. There's a beautiful little bridge over a lovely pond as you walk in, and inside there are a variety of treatment rooms. The spa is built around this really pretty and peaceful little atrium. At the back there are some private plunge pools, and there are also some massage tables if that's how you would like to relax. It's a very, very big resort, and buggies are always available to take you wherever you want to go. If you feel like a bit of exercise, I can definitely recommend walking around. There are plenty of paths for you to follow and lots of interesting little things for you to look at, including some of those areas that are set aside for private occupation or, of course, finishing off later on. There's a pretty decent kids club available for teens. It includes billiard table, video games, foosball, and some nice relaxation areas. Good place for kids to meet other families and have a little bit of fun. There's also a creche area for toddlers and younger children. I have to say, it's really beautifully set out, and the staff here are extremely friendly. I'm not sure whether or not they are qualified carers, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were. In any case, this would be a really good spot to drop your little one if you just wanted a few hours peace. Nearby there is the fitness club with a full range of gym equipment. You know, when I go on holidays, I really like to relax, but I guess it's important to stay healthy, and plenty of machines here available for use if that's what you'd like to do. So that's the JW Marriott Cam Ranh Bay Resort. I give this place full marks. It was a beautiful place to stay. The grounds were magnificent, the pools were lovely, the rooms were comfortable, the food was great, and the staff were attentive, friendly, and provided great service. I look forward to coming back here at some time in the future.